Okay, now that we have one key UI component of our Chrome extension ready with our pop-up, let's think about another common way that users like to interact with Chrome extensions. And that's usually through the options page, where they customize a bunch of different options inside of their extension. And if you right-click the extension icon, you can see that there is an options page option, but currently it's grayed out. So if we actually head back to the manifest file format inside of the Chrome developers documentation, you can see that there is actually a field for the options page. So what we'll do is head over to our manifest file, and we can see that it takes another HTML file, much like the action field that we used to implement our pop-up previously. So all we have to do is add in this options page field, and we'll pass in options.html. And what we'll do is we'll create that new file, options.html. And again, we'll do exclamation mark to get our boilerplate. And this time the title will actually show up inside of the Chrome tab toolbar, since the options page opens up in a new tab by default. So what we'll do is we'll make this timer extension options. And then also we'll add in an h1 that says the same thing, just for testing purposes. So we'll close all these pop-up tabs, and then we'll have to, you'll see that currently it's still grayed out, but once we refresh our extension, since we edited our manifest file, when we right click, we can now click on this options, and we can see we're now brought to the extension options page. And we have our title, and you can see on the tab, it's whatever you put inside of this title tag. So let's set up the rest of our options page. We'll add in a link tag to our CSS file, and we'll also add in a script tag to a JavaScript file. So that would be options.js. And then we'll create a new file, options.css, and another new file, options.js. Okay, so that's looking good. Inside of our CSS file, just to make sure that it's working, we'll set the color of our h1s to be green this time to mix it up a little bit. And then maybe I'll do a console.log hello from the options page. So again, if we refresh our page, we can see that our CSS has taken effect. Our h1 title is now green. And if we inspect our console, we can see that it does say hello from the options page. And you can actually customize where the dock is on the web page. I think by default it's on the right side, but I like to dock it on the bottom. Okay, so let's add some more interactive elements to this options page, because usually what a person does on the options page is they have a bunch of different toggles or input fields for customizing different parts of their extension. So for example, let's say we have a text input field here, and we want our user to enter in their name. So we'll have some placeholder text that says enter your name. And we'll give this input field an ID, call it name-inputs. And then along with our input, we actually also need to have a button. Call it the options button, and we'll give it an ID of save-btn. And when you refresh the page, you can see these things pop up. But currently, nothing happens when you interact with it. You can type inside of it, but when you click on the button, nothing really happens. So in order to actually add the interactive part to the options page, we'll have to do some stuff inside of our JavaScript. So first, we'll get a reference to the name input element. So const name inputs is equal to document.get elements by ID. The ID is name-inputs. And then const save btn, we document.get element by ID. And it's save-btn. And what we'll do is we're going to add an event listener to our save button. And the event it'll listen for is for the click event. And then inside of the callback that happens anytime a click action happens on the save button, what we're going to do is console.log name input.value. So if we refresh the page and we hit save options, we can see that currently it console.logs nothing. But if I enter my name, you can see that it now console.logs it.